On today's episode, it's been a fun start to the season for the Denver Nuggets. They've done exactly what I think they should be doing. I'm going to tell you about it why with Matt Moore here next.
You are Locked On Nuggets, your daily Denver Nuggets podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome to Locked On Nuggets, your daily Denver Nuggets podcast, part of the Locked On Network, your team every day. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being an everydayer with us as we talk to you about the Denver Nuggets and the 10-2 start that they have embarked upon. It's been a really great year, really great start to the season for the Nuggets. They've done exactly what I think they should be doing, and I'm really looking forward to getting your thoughts, folks, about where they can continue to improve. My name is Ryan Blackburn, host of Locked On Nuggets here, also over at Mile High Sports and the Pickaxe and Roll podcast. He is Matt Moore at HP Basketball, the Action Network, HP Basketball, or the Hardwood Paroxysm Substack, the Denver Dig, all of the stuff in between. Interesting weekend for the Nuggets. They complete a really impressive win, a really impressive road trip against the Minnesota Timberwolves to extend their win streak to 7 games. And we're going to talk about everything that's happened so far. This episode is brought to you by Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONNBA for $20 off your first purchase. Okay, Matt, it has been, I see we're getting into it. Broncos country, let's ride, baby. Let's ride. It's been, I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's been a couple of comments about the Broncos Chiefs results that happened earlier today. Who would have thought that Will Lutz could make game-winning field goals when they aren't blocked? It's pretty crazy.
Great win, gonna win the division. Congratulations.
You called it right at the beginning.
Yep. I mean, I thought it was. I thought this was a great spot for the Broncos. Maybe this is your year, and it sucks. It sucks for me. If you were somebody that is like, I want to see you suffer, I am suffering. I'm 100% suffering. So I am taking it on the chin. I am right here. I'm just glad to see people that like stand true to the Broncos. Like they root for them every week. And they're not bandwagon fans. They definitely showed up when the team was bad. Wait, no, you guys didn't. And then guys like Swiper, right? Like ride or die. Like no one has been a bigger advocate for Bo Nix. Wait, no, that's not true either. But it was a great win. Congratulations. I'm very sad.
I can see that this didn't hit in the feels at all. It's unfortunate. I know it's it would never be a rivalry on here on Locked On Nuggets without being able to talk a little bit of smack about football. Thank you, Grace, for helping me change my microphone. I had to restart StreamYard and then do a whole bunch of different things. So thank you for picking that up. Okay. Fortunately, we don't have to talk about losing teams like the Chiefs. We get to talk about winning teams like the Nuggets, who are 10-2 to start the season. A 7-game win streak, Matt. They aced the homestand that they were on. Then they aced the road trip despite having a couple of injuries. To me, this 10-2 start, it checks every box that you could realistically ask for. Like you could ask for 12-0 if you want to. You're not going to get it, but you could ask for 12-0. This was about as close as you could possibly get to a perfect start of the season.
They did exactly what you wanted, which is rack up wins early. Like you wanted them to get off to a hot start, and they've done it. They look awesome. And, by the way, my jinx of the week is 2-0. Because I said there's no way that they're as good on the road as they are at home. That one hit. I think when you look at the overall resume too, it's really impressive that it's like, look, the offense is elite. It's the best in the league. But they also, like that Wolves game, down 2 starters, that's a spot of adversity. Like that looked like the reason you and I legitimately picked them to go, 3-1 on the trip was because we were like, all right, they'll drop one, and the Wolves one seemed like a very likely one. I thought they were going to drop that Wolves game because I was just like, when Jokic popped up on the questionable, I was like, oh, okay. So like they're without Cam and Christian, and they'll just sit Yoke, and they'll give him 5 days off before the Monday game versus the Bulls. Like, great. And then Yoke did what he always does, which is like, nope, I'm good. I'm playing. And he, went out there and played great. And I talked about it in the post-game show. Slow start, but overall finished really strong. I thought his defense was great. That was that Wolves game was a battle of will more than anything, and that's what makes it impressive. And look, the Rockets game on Friday is the biggest game of the season so far, and you'll have these continuously where it's like the next game is the biggest game of the season. The next game is the biggest game of the season. The Rockets team is really big because you're on the road being tested against an elite squad. One of the there's 3 teams in the Western Conference that I think can win it, and it's the Thunder, the Rockets, and the Nuggets. And so how they respond in that game was huge, but they're beating teams that are worse than them, and they're beating teams that the Wolves are at least within their stratosphere, and they're 2-0 against them. I do want to make a correction because Grace lives to correct me. If the Nuggets face the Timberwolves in the in-season tournament quarterfinals or semifinals, that game can determine tiebreaker, even if the Wolves so if the Wolves win that one and the 2 in Denver, they could win tiebreaker. So the Nuggets have not clinched a split of tiebreaker because of that. But overall, I mean, man, I'm glad for you that you get to be like, they did the thing. I don't have to stress it. You don't have to be Eeyore at all. They just made all your dreams come true.
It's been great, Matt. I mean, you can see it from the way that we've kind of started the season. I've been pretty low stress. I think heading into preseason, I remember first you and I were talking about this game 1, preseason game 1. I was amped. I was ready to. I was in it, and it was very exciting. But then the Nuggets did the thing, and they showed exactly what they were capable of doing, and it just made it really valuable to me to see that this is a professional group. This is a professional team that understands what they have, understands the opportunity. I really appreciated Jamal Murray specifically. He has heard all the narratives about October and November Jamal. He knows how important the start of the season is. I'm sure that he probably took a look at the schedule as well, and the Nuggets as a whole have taken a look at the schedule and thinking, okay, this is not a hard start to the season. And yet they haven't slacked off. They've done exactly what you would ask for them to do. And I think Jamal has been a major piece of that. I want to read off a couple of stats here real quick. Denver is 2nd overall in net rating just on NBA.com. This is without any filters or anything like that. In the 3rd quarter specifically, Oklahoma City is 2nd in the NBA with a plus 25.1 net rating in the 3rd quarter, which is, I think a lot of people would say, is one of the most important quarters in determining how serious you are, what your gear is that you kind of could get to. The Nuggets are plus 27.4. They've outflanked OKC in the 3rd quarter so far this season. And it's come from a place where, okay, maybe the first half didn't go the way you wanted it to, and then they turned it on anyway and showed exactly what kind of level they could reach so far.
I think it's interesting to kind of think about, I always think you're never as good or as bad as you are at any moment in time. Every team that's really bad, the Pelicans will have a stretch of basketball this year where they'll play better. The Dallas Mavericks got to win tonight versus a Blazers team that everyone thought was good. I didn't, but everyone thought was good. The best thing about the NBA is that you have a game in 2 days. The worst thing about the NBA is you have a game in 2 days. And so there will be more adversity along the way, and there'll be times of being stressed out, but I really will implore fans, just like last year, I was like, look, guys, it's going to be rough. You need to be tough for this stress. This is going to be a tough year for you as fans. The same thing applies here where I'm like, hold on to this because this is who this team really is.
Yeah.
Even as they start to go through the slog of the season and more games and 5 and 7s and all of that, remember how good this team can be and is at its core, because that will get you through those times when it gets rougher, but also they may not they're a wagon, man. They are just a freaking beast, and they are going to be tough for anybody to have to deal with. It's not like, oh man, the Nuggets are going to have to deal with blah, blah, blah. They're all going to have to deal with the Nuggets. That's how good Denver is.
You're locked in here with me.
Yep.
All right. let's take a break. When we come back, I want to talk a little bit about Christian Braun because we kind of missed the window because Cam and I did a show right before that news dropped, before it became 6 weeks. And I know that you talked a little bit about it, but now like the Nuggets are in a situation where like this is adversity and you got to figure out how to rise to it. Let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about Christian Braun on Locked On Nuggets. Your ambition just met its match. With Robinhood, you play for the win, not just on game day, every day. Locking in on every opening, beating your PR, beating it again. Channel that drive into your money. Robinhood puts you in control of your money, takes stocks and ETFs, options, futures, and crypto, all in one platform. You can now build and execute your own trades from a desktop with Robinhood Legends advanced tools. Or take advantage of the new Robinhood strategies with a tailored portfolio managed by a team of experts. You expect more from yourself? Expect more from your money. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Again, that's Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move. We're also brought to you today by Game Time. Basketball season is officially here, and nothing beats being in the arena for those opening games. But let's be real, getting tickets can be a total headache between waiting in queues, surprise fees, and prices that jump right before checkout. It's easy to get frustrated when all you want to do is cheer on your team. That's where Game Time comes in. The app gives fans the advantage. It's your ultimate life hack to scoring amazing NBA tickets fast, easy, and stress-free. I know a couple of people last week when Denver was facing the Pacers, just jumped on that as an opportunity, second out of a back-to-back. Maybe like Pacers start out really slow. You jump in, you get some cheap, easy tickets, and you have some great features where you know there's going to be no hidden fees at checkout, and the seat view feature that they have shows you exactly where you're sitting. Take the guesswork out of buying NBA tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONNBA for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. That's code LOCKEDONNBA for $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. We'll be right back on Locked On Nuggets. All right, we are back, Locked On Nuggets. Thanks for so much for being a part of our day. Thanks for being an everydayer and being a part of the number one sports podcast network. That's the Locked On Network. Thank you for being here with us. All right, this has been a good start to the season, and yet there was some adversity that was immediately hit, Matt. Like this was a 6-week absence for a starter is not anything to sneeze at. I know that Christian Braun has not had a great start to the season, and he's not Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, or Aaron Gordon. So that definitely helps in the grand scheme of Denver figuring out how to survive without him. Tell me a little bit about what you think Denver is missing without him in the mix for 6 weeks.
Transition points.
Great.
Sorry. Look, Christian I think a lot of this is the replacement options for him. You know, THJ is a willing defender. He'll get down and guard, but Christian's young and athletic, and the athleticism helps a lot in defense. It means you can recover space. It means you can not only can you recover from behind, but you can also cover ground. That's what I think they'll miss on the defensive side, even though the numbers have been I looked at this and was surprised to find the numbers have actually been better without Christian on the floor with Yoke defensively. Now, some of that's starter adjusted, but that to me is they defended great in that second half versus the Wolves. So the question is kind of if they start to get banged up, right? If they have to play more minutes, if THA has to play more minutes, if Jamal has to play more minutes, if they feel like they have to play more of the starters because Christian's out, if AG has to play more minutes, that has a cumulative effect, and that can be problematic on you. Like, how can I put this? I can't say that they're going to miss anything with Christian because Christian hasn't played well this year. Yeah. So on either end of the floor, I can't be like, well, compared to how they were beforehand, it's more about they're missing out on how Christian could potentially improve and then cover if somebody else were to start to struggle a little bit. Like, oh, AG's not having a great stretch here, but Christian's playing out of his mind. Oh, Jamal's struggling, but Christian's playing great, right?
Yeah.
They will miss him on those split action sequences because THJ doesn't run those as much. And Christian's so good at catching that overhead pass from Nikola because he's been doing it forever. So having that easy button where they can just mash that split action, I think they will miss. It takes away one of their easier options. They have a bunch of other ones, but they will miss things about Christian. And like, I don't want to diminish what Christian contributes, but it's also just like, I think what makes the Nuggets great is still intact with the rest of the roster that they have available. Now, one of the things that is really key here, though, is everyone reacts to the injury and they don't think forward. And this is the bigger one. The problem is not Christian getting injured. The problem now is they better keep everybody else healthy on the wing, because you lose another guard and you're talking about heavy minutes for Julian Strawther. You're talking about heavy minutes for Jalen Pickett. You're talking about the team having to go out and sign somebody. That gets dicey. That gets in a real problem. And Christian brings the ball up a lot. So like, there's all these like little things where it's fine now, but they need to make sure, like, they better hope, knock on wood, nobody else gets hurt.
Yeah, the cumulative effect is something that I think everybody should be concerned about, because it's not just the first injury that happens, it's then the second injury and the third injury. And like we talked about with the way that they started the season, it's great. Like, it is great that they have started 10-2, but you've talked about burning out. You've talked about like riding too hot at the beginning of seasons, and hey, maybe you should torque it down a little bit. You guys got to slow your roll because these, like, you got to save some stuff for the playoffs. Like, if Denver without Christian, let's say he misses 20 games, he's already missed one. If they go 14-6 during that stretch and they don't really miss him from a win-loss perspective, that's really impressive. If they are like, but if that means that they are playing Jamal 36 minutes a night, Jokic 38, everybody else is really amping things up, it's harder. Like, the good thing about having Christian is he is an innings eater in the regular season. He's somebody that I think of as, okay, he's not your first or second option for scoring or anything, but like you talked about, really easy to get some of those pet actions that you're looking for, and also just getting out in transition so that nobody has to run down the floor at that point. So it's definitely something that they will miss on the margins. Maybe not overall in terms of what they're going to need from a night to night, like, top level basis. Who are the players that you think are under the most pressure? Like, let's take Jokic, Murray, Gordon out of it because they're under the most pressure every single night because of the roles that they play for Denver. Who do you think is under the most pressure outside of those three?
Well, it's like, there's being under pressure and then there's feeling it. Because like THJ is technically under the most pressure, but THJ is like, fine.
Agreed. I totally agree with everything there.
Like, I've been doing this forever. I know what I'm supposed to do. I'm a professional basketball player. I will be fine. Like, he's been a guy that makes big money. He's been a guy on minimum contract, like, and that he's on a minimum contract now where it's like, hey, if you wanted more from me, should pay, this is why you didn't pay me more. I think I worry that Jamal's going to be under more pressure. Like, I worry about that just from a creation standpoint, because like Christian was getting pretty good at the catch off the dribble or catch off a spot up, drive, throw it back to Jokic, get an easy assist. And you need more guys that can do that. Obviously Cam, there's without Christian now, it's like, you better do something.
It's about sun's getting real low. Like, let's go.
Better get I don't know, it's getting low, but it's like better put the points per game in. Better make people happy. Julian is another obvious one of just, he's gonna play more. And so now it's okay, like, what's your opportunity? And everyone's like freaking out about Julian. And I am kind of like, look, I know how bad he's been, but this is what we do. It's been 3 weeks. It's been 3 weeks of sparse minutes for a young player. And it's like, well, he's never been a good defender. That's absolutely true. But if he comes in and he hits 3 threes, you're not going to care. Like, you're not going to care if he comes in and he hits 3 threes and they win his minutes. You're just not going to care. If he comes in and he has 15 points, you could shake your head all you want, sir. But I know if he goes 5 for 5 from the field.
Well, it'll help. It'll help, but like if he's getting cooked and he's committing 4 fouls in 5 minutes, then that matters more.
But they're a +6.
If they're +6, then I don't care. But
You
like
don't care.
the thing is, if it doesn't affect the overall flow
Right.
of the game and like
Right.
they're actually winning the minutes, then I don't care.
Yeah. If he's costing you, then yeah. Like the Heat's going to continue to be up. And like Julian's been bad. Like I'm not going to take my agenda here and like defend it no matter what. Like
Yeah.
I'm on Strawther Island. I think the kid's talented. I think he's got potential, but he hasn't shown the capacity to be a shooter. He hasn't shown the capacity to be a defender. He hasn't shown the capacity to be a point guard. Like he hasn't, like, there's no role that you can be like, this is what Julian Strawther does. Now, I think burst scorer is a thing in the NBA and he can do that. And he's going to get more of an opportunity to have those kind of chances, but he better capitalize on it because every mistake he makes now is going to be like, can't wait till Christian gets back. Like that's going to be the kind of a thing, but this is a roster hole as much as it is anything. I do kind of wonder if this opens up more of an opportunity to play Jalen Pickett. Like that to me is kind of my question is like, maybe the answer here is just play Jalen Pickett more. Depending on how you feel you can slot in Spencer Jones in terms of what position he can roll.
I'm okay with Spencer Jones at the 4 personally. I know a lot of people like to play a little bit bigger, but I think it's fine if they play small. And so Jalen Pickett would be a factor there to try to set the table for Joker and just he's just got to be able to dribble.
Why is everyone in the chat freaking out about Joker's hand? Everyone's asking about it. Like everyone.
Yeah, talk about Joker. Like it's his left wrist, right? Like
unless he got hit and he was taped up in the last game, but I don't think so.
He was taped up in the last game, but like it was the left wrist. It wasn't the right one that usually gives him the issues. I think this is just like this is a day-to-day thing until we hear otherwise.
He is probable with a wrist sprain tomorrow. He's going to play.
He's going to play. It'll be okay. Real quick before we go to break, do you think that Denver should go with a set 5-man group as their starting unit when Cam gets back, or should they mix and match based off of matchups?
Mix and match based off of matchups for sure.
Okay.
Like
I kind of like the idea of just keeping Tim in there and making things easy for Cam Johnson to read the floor with a whole bunch of spacing.
Yeah, that's probably a really good idea. But I also, again, everything with Tim works as long as Tim's shooting like this.
Yeah.
So I would say until Tim stops shooting like this, and then you reevaluate.
You just kind of ride the wave while it's there.
Yes, that is what I would say because like everyone loves Tim Hardaway Jr. right now because what's he shooting from 3 right now?
Like 46%.
Yeah, like it wouldn't be one game. I would be like, no, go back to it. But if he has 2 games where he shoots under 40%, if he shoots 3 of 9 in 2 straight games, I would be like, all right, maybe we go Spencer Jones tonight.
Yeah. And to be fair, like you got to have somebody that matches up with the elite perimeter players in the NBA. It can't be one of Jamal, Tim, or like Cam Johnson in those situations. You got to have somebody probably if there's a matchup for it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take another break. When we come back, we are going to preview the week. We've got 4 games upcoming this week. Should be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. And we'll do Jinx of the Week when we come back here on Locked On Nuggets. The NBA is back, and there's no better place to get in on the action than FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Even if you miss the start of the game or want to ride the hot hand, FanDuel has live bets on everything from who will win next or who will score next to the fourth quarter comebacks. Plus, you can even combine your live bets into a single game or same game parlay for a shot at a bigger payout. It keeps every game exciting, especially when your team's making that late push. Like a late push happened in a certain NFL game today, which one of our hosts was very gracious and said that the Broncos were very clearly being disrespected on the odds. And he was absolutely right. And maybe even if you were aggressive and really good, you could take the money line because who knows, maybe they could have even won that game. Or
you could do Patrick Mahomes 1+ interception, Broncos money line. And then you were able to go to the grocery store and buy yourself some Ferrero Rochers to drown your sorrows in chocolatey goodness.
Shout out. Shout out. Right now, FanDuel is giving new customers $300 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. So head on over to FanDuel.com to sign up and play your game with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. We are also brought to you today by Doer. Always excited to read about Dewar, one of the local reads that we've got here. I'm so excited about the new jeans I have arriving soon from Dewar. They have been like, it's really amazing when you have a good pair of jeans, especially for a big guy like me who I get uncomfortable sometimes in various cuts. And so it's really nice when there is a cut that makes the most sense for me. Dewar jeans, they have 5 times the stretch of traditional denim, and they're made with Cool Max, which regulates your body temperature and wicks moisture away, keeps you cool and comfortable as temperatures change. Again, great for a big guy like me. Designed to look great and stay comfortable all day, no matter what you're doing. Simply put, the Dewar jeans, they're amazing. They are the world's most comfortable pants without having to sacrifice style. And trust me, once you try these, they'll be your go-to. And you can check out Dewar in-store here in Denver. It's at 2621 Larimer Street. Pick up a pair for yourself or as an amazing holiday gift. Mention our promo code LOCKEDONDenver in-store and get 15% off your first order. Or check them out online at shopduer.com/LockedOnDenver for 15% off. That's shopduer.com/LockedOnDenver. We'll be right back on Locked On Nuggets. First time Matt has felt the need to jump in while I'm just crushing his team, crushing the soul. It's crazy.
I didn't stop you. I simply commented on a winning proposition I got FanDuel Sportsbook.
Shout out! I love a good chocolate to take away the pain. All right, we are back. Locked On Nuggets. Thanks so much for tuning in, folks. Hit that like button, please. Hit that subscribe button. Would really appreciate it. We're on our way to 15K. Also doing a great job on the audio side of things. Hit those with a 5-star review if you can. Tell us how we're doing. We'd love to hear your thoughts. All right, Matt, the Nuggets play 4 games this week. They play 1 quick home game tomorrow versus the Chicago Bulls, who, coming off of a double overtime loss tonight versus Utah. Denver's schedule luck so far has been tremendous. It's been unbelievable.
Do you remember when you complained about the schedule?
I do remember that. But then as you recall, when we went over the schedule game by game, I was like, you know what? It's not that bad.
I have an insane number. I have an insane stat for you.
Okay, here we go.
Since 2017, the 16-17 season, so when Joker consistently started getting minutes.
Yeah.
Teams that have gone to Denver on the Utah-Denver altitude back-to-back are 0-6. None of them have won. Denver is 6-0 against teams coming off of the Utah-Denver altitude back-to-back.
Glad we're about to do Jinx of the Week. That's crazy, man. 2 games on the road trip that they will undergo after that. They're doing 1 home game, then they're going right back on the road. Wednesday at New Orleans, who, I mean, pretty good time to catch New Orleans, not going to lie. They are right now. No.
New coach.
Okay.
Never wanted, remember how people felt about Denver? They fired Michael Malone. It's chaos. They're incomplete. Now, different situation. The Nuggets.
Who is the new guy?
Isn't it Borrego?
Oh yeah, you're right. And Borrego deserved a second opportunity. So
yeah, he's good. Although there's been a lot of illusions that he's basically been campaigning openly for that job, which makes me concerned. I look, they should win that game. They should obviously win that game. The Pelicans are a mess, and the organization's in a broader mess. I'm just saying, I want to let's see what happens tomorrow night. Let's see what happens with the Pelicans tomorrow night and see what they look like. Because anytime you have a dramatic change like that, because with the Nuggets, it really did come down to hey, we fired everybody because this is unacceptable. And we understand that was a clown show situation, but the clown show stops now.
Yeah.
Right. On the court, off the court, the whole thing. Let's get serious. You're going to be out of here. Now I don't have any faith in the Pelicans organization to do that. Right. But I am just kind of curious to see how that game goes out. That one smells like a little bit of a trap game, but this team is good enough to win trap games.
They are, but they've also lost them before, so they haven't lost them yet. So we'll see what it ultimately looks like. Although we could probably call the Portland game a trap game a bit. Then they play on Friday at the Houston Rockets, who, I mean, there's no question. The three best teams by the number so far have been OKC, Denver, and Houston. Not sure if Houston is fully sustainable, but they're showing pretty much everything that you'd want them to show without having Fred VanVleet on the floor. That is also an NBA Cup game, which, Matt, by the way, Denver's in first place right now in the NBA Cup because of their point differential. How about that?
You got a chance at it. I'm going to ask you an unfair question.
Okay.
Which is, I'm going to ask you, what do you think the spread is for that game? It's not out. It's not out. What do you think the spread will be for that game?
For the Houston game?
Yes.
I think that Denver will be considered, like, on neutral court, I would consider them a 1-point favorite against Houston. And then I think with a home court advantage going to Houston, I think you're probably looking at Houston minus 0.5. Or Houston minus 1.
Okay. You think it's Houston minus 1. So okay. Because it's either going to be pick'em juiced Rockets or minus 1 for you. I will say Rockets minus 2. I think that closes 2.5. That's what I think. So.
Interesting. I mean, they might have a good matchup against Denver with the style that they play. So
for what it's worth, by my numbers, I make the Denver Nuggets a 6.5 point favorite in that game. That's how good I have them right now.
they're
just numbers. Good. I didn't do that. It's just numbers.
Those numbers, baby. Saturday, second night of a back-to-back after a big NBA Cup game, NBA Cup matchup. Denver comes home and they play again the Sacramento Kings, which, Matt, I mean, that is the definition of a trap game.
I'm so tired of playing like it's not a trap game because it's a road. It's a home back to back. Like if it's a road back to back, it's a trap game. I'm so tired of them playing the Kings. I'm so tired. They make me sad.
They are kind of in a sad situation right now. It wouldn't surprise me if you see Doug Christie getting fired soon. I caught some flack earlier this week for criticizing a Russell Westbrook rebound attempt.
Can you leave the man alone?
I didn't need to do that, but I will say the vitriol it did not fit the crime. I'll say that.
Leave him be, man. Save your you don't want to fight with his stance.
I didn't. It was like 6 words. It was 6 words. It was crazy. I couldn't believe it.
You of course you can believe
actually,
it.
Yeah, I can believe it. I do know who the stand base is. Like I understand it. I get it. But I was just like, man, it happens again. Yeah. Okay. We're running out of time. I'm talking too much about Russ. Denver, my jinx of the week. The Nuggets will never win 10 in a row for the first time in the Nikola Jokic era. And Matt, oh my gosh, a Julian Strawther jinx.
Just can't be a rotation player. No way. Can't shoot, can't defend. Everyone wants him traded. No way Julian Strawther proves that he can be a rotation player this week.
Can't believe we would never try to factor in our agendas with the jinx of the week, huh?
I do want to note here that based off of this, Denver will somehow lose. They will go backwards in this. They'll lose wins somehow. They'll go down in wins based off of Ryan's luck so far with jinx of the week.
Yeah, I mean, look, my luck has not been very good. Hey, Nuggets can break it. They can break it. They're good enough. They are talented enough. We'll see whether they can do it. What's your official prediction on record for this week?
Let's see. So it's
you got home versus Bulls, road at Pelicans, road at Houston, back-to-back versus Sacramento.
3-1. I may wind up betting Denver in that game, but I'm not gonna pick them to win it. They're on the road versus Houston. That's a really tough environment. That's a game they should lose. They will be dogs for a reason. So I will say 3-1. I will say 3-1. They take care of Bears. Bulls is the win. Went over the numbers. Pels is a win. Might be close. Kings is a win, but that Rockets one it might be even if it's a toss up. I just tie goes to the home team. I'll take home team Rockets there.
Fair. I don't realistically think I could pick any less than 3-1.
No, you can't. They haven't shown anything. They've proven nothing to us that they should lose more than one game here.
And I'm not going to predict 4-0 because then that'll just jinx it. So we're going to say 3-1. We're going to say we're going straight up there. 3-1. They'll win one. They'll lose one of those games. Whether it's the one that they should lose or not remains to be seen. All right. folks, that is going to do it. Oh, wedding all day. How was Broncos versus Chiefs game, Matt, from Space Hop Attack? How was it, Matt?
Thanks for joining us on Locked On Nuggets.
Oh.